Hey guys, what is going on? It is Gil right here, back on the channel once again, and today I am here with Varied Geek. Say hello.
What's up? Hope you're not tired of me yet being part of these tier lists, but hello everyone.
And yeah, I had to bring him back because we're now moving on to a different type of transformation. Last time around, we obviously did the same transformations before the tier list with Truth. Me and Geek did one with same transformations only. And today we decided to come back and revisit transformations, except we're going to be talking about the forms of villains. Now, Geek, now that we've seen a lot of forms in the past couple of years and decades, even I should say. How
Yeah,
excited are you about this one?
honestly, I would say I'm like a little less excited, but I do have some really like there's some villains in here that are like some of my favorites.
Yeah.
So, because like, and the thing is too, like the heroes have way more villains,
Oh
like the
yeah.
Saiyans and stuff.
Yeah.
Like,
There's way more transformations period for both saints and villains in that series as well. If we were to include that, that would be another tier list on its own.
absolutely. So it's a little like less exciting just because like I think the villains are a little bit more streamlined, but like obviously because like when you think of Saiyans, you think of like Kaioken 1, 2, 3, 4,
I mean, we
Blue
have it down
God,
here
Blue
as
Cock.
well. Yeah.
Yeah, like they're all there. Which I guess there you go. Disclaimer: we couldn't find a better list with that included all the villains and
Yes.
stuff only.
Hmm.
So we are gonna cut off the list right at Broly at the final part,
Hmm.
and then leave the rest because you guys already saw that in our other video. So, Gail, I guess we can start with Android 13, the blue
Oh
boy with the
boy,
orange hair.
my boy is blue as
I.
hell.
Yeah. Go ahead. You go first.
mean, my man went from being a trucker to being literally like some random toy you get from the claw machine basically. Like let's be real. He literally turned from like a trucker cowboy kind of guy to that. But he did. Wait, was it him who? Yeah, he did kick Goku in the nuts, or he punched Goku in the nuts. So I have to give him
He
plus points for
punched
that.
him,
That's an
yeah.
A. That's an A for effort, bro.
A, okay.
Nah, I don't
I
know.
was
I
thinking
this is B maybe.
for the nut punch A, but yeah, I was saying
Yeah.
I would agree with B. Yeah,
Mm.
I just think it's like random, right? Like he just
Yeah.
goes from like the way he looks to like blue and orange
Yeah.
hair. It's like I don't know, not a big fan of the color scheme for him, but
Mm-hmm.
he was quite formidable. I mean, he fought
Yes.
3 different Super Saiyans, so
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I didn't mind it.
Definitely agree with you on that one. Next one is a personal favorite of mine. All of his transformations I really like. It's Baby Vegeta's first form, basically. What do you think, Geek? Where would you rank this form?
I I like Baby Vegeta a lot actually, but I would probably put like the first version of him with just like he's basically just Vegeta with white hair and the
Yeah.
red lines. I'll probably put him like in B, honestly. Like
Okay.
I think his other forms are cooler to
Yeah.
me,
I
like
know. I agree.
as we progress. But I think this one's too like literally just white hair,
It,
right?
it, it's
Like
it's a
that's
very
all it is.
minor change. I personally kind of like the aura change as well because it's also like a bit different compared to the normal aura of a Saiyan, right? But I
Yeah.
agree with you that it's a bit too simple, it's a bit straightforward, not a drastic change like his other transformations or a lot of the other characters in this list, right? So yeah, I think I can agree with you in placing it in B tier for sure. Next up we have Bojack. Now, full power Bojack. I personally would put him in B as well. Nothing too crazy. He just becomes bulkier and a little bit more green. What do you think, Geek?
I would definitely agree. Yeah, because honestly I like the design. Is like his piratey design with like
Yes,
the blue coat and everything
the
way more.
bandana and everything. Yeah.
Yeah, he had a much more stylistic look to him beforehand, and then he just literally got green and bigger.
Yeah.
Again, I don't mind the color scheme. He's fine, but like yeah, I think it's kind of like meh. Like he's all right.
Yeah. Agreed, 100%. Now, next up, we have Cell's first form. Where would you place him?
Honestly, I would almost S, but I would put him in A.
Yeah.
Because I love one. I think he looked cool. Like he kind of matched the bug like cicada thing, right? Like
Yes. Mm-hmm.
the design. And I also loved his presence as well.
Yeah.
Like the other ones, like 13 and stuff, they have like decent presence, but like when you see Imperfect Cell, he's literally like
It's a new
making
thread as
people
well.
mush.
Yeah, and it's a
Yeah.
new thread randomly that comes out of nowhere, basically. So I have to agree with you, man. It was imposing when he first came, and his voice as well. His voice wasn't bad in first form, in my personal opinion. I think it was a really, it was a bit raspy, which worked really well with that first form cell. I feel so. I have to agree with you. I think A would be where I place him as well. Next up, we're going a bit different. Perfect Cell. I think we'll include Super Perfect as well. So when he comes back after
Oh yeah,
his death, kinda
literally the
kinda dead.
same, just with
So
electricity.
yeah, just with electricity. Basically, he gets a Super Saiyan 2 form now here. But no, how would you place Perfect Cell?
Honestly, I would put Perfect Cell, to me, S rank. I like his personality. I think he looks a lot cleaner, smooth line. Obviously, he does embody that kind of perfect ideology that he kind of
Yes,
has.
the ultimate life form.
Again, yeah. I mean, both the voices in Japanese and in English as well. Like, oh man, like I really love Perfect Cell's like design and just his personality in general.
I would ask you to just insert I would ask the editor at this point to just insert the, too bad I'm alive, clip from the anime, but you're the editor anyway, so you can
Oh,
do it.
yeah,
um,
I'll do it. You got it.
You thought you'd never see me again, didn't you? Well, too bad. I'm alive.
but yeah, no, I have to agree with you. Cell is just perfect, quite literally. I mean, it's not even a question. I think they nailed it out of the park with that transformation, the voice, the presence, like you said, the appearance as well, especially considering the next one is his second form, the one he transformed out of, and that's a D rank to me. I don't know about you, bro. What do you think,
Yeah,
Geek?
I would agree. Second form Cell, the again, this is more so just on the English dub side. The voice was god awful.
Yep.
I just don't like I don't know, his design just looked weird to me.
Yeah.
Like again, I know it was like the stepping stone into his perfect form and everything, but I don't know. I think overall his design was really whack, and that was a really kind of meh period in the arc itself too.
Yeah.
Like when
I mean, he was getting thrown around quite a lot, to be fair as well. Like for what was his second
Yeah.
form, I won't lie, man. He was getting thrown around quite a bit. First by Tien's Neo Beam Cannon, or Tri Beam Cannon, I should say. Neo Tri Beam Cannon. There we go. Got there in the end. Then we had obviously Vegeta, Super Vegeta, just kicking him around and then telling him, you know what, go and get your transformation. You're too easy at this point, man. You're way too easy, bro. Nah, so I have to agree with you. He was just getting thrown around. This wasn't Cell's finest moment. I have to agree with you on that one, right? Like it wasn't amazing for Cell. Speaking of which, let's go on to the cooler side of things. In Cooler, final
my
form
God.
Cooler. How do you feel about him?
Well, I almost want to put him in D rank because of your stupid pun, but no, I would put Cooler S. I love his final form.
Yep.
Which is obviously it's after his like fourth form or like Frieza's final form.
Yeah.
I really loved it. Especially the first time watching that movie and in like the English dub and stuff. Like back when he got like disturbed, like the American rock bands in those movies, and then he had him go like "Time to Die," and then like his like the mouthpiece came up and like the sound effect they made, dude. And like obviously when he went through the Kamehameha, perfect. I love Cell. Wow, Cooler's design. I love it.
Yeah, no, I have to agree with you. It's probably better than his brother's designs in my opinion in terms of like his final form, right? I think it's just super cool. Very funny. I use that adjective. But no, I will say obviously one thing that you guys might have noticed in this list is that we haven't included Mecha Frieza and Metal Cooler. They're just new bodies more so than rather than form/transformations, right? So we're not really counting them per se. Geek,
Yeah.
that's fine, right? I don't think that's a big issue. I mean, even
No,
if we
no.
were to include them, I'd probably put them in B. I think that's fair enough. They're just middle of the ground. It's not a crazy improvement to be perfectly honest. So, yeah, let's go ahead and move on to somebody who's not really a villain per se, but embrace those ideologies for a short period of time. God of Destruction.
He's an antagonist.
Yeah, he's an antagonist. He's the enemy of that particular period. I mean, yeah, he's going on about justice and all, but during this period, he didn't embrace those ideologies, and that is God of Destruction Topo. Buff boy, very buff boy, very, very buff boy. I don't know. Where would you place him?
I don't know, man. to me, it was just a jump from
Yeah.
like how short Topo looked and all that stuff,
fat.
and like round.
Yes, fat.
Yeah, and then yeah, yeah, and then all of a sudden like, forget my ideals. I'm gonna destroy everything. And then he's just like super, like he grew like 8 feet. He's like
Yep.
way swole. I
Yep.
don't know. I would put him in C. I'll put him in
Yeah.
C. I'm not a big fan of like.
Mhm.
It's a cool moment for Vegeta,
Yes.
but and like he did destroy Frieza a lot, but
Yeah.
that is like the form itself. I'm not a big fan of.
Yep, 100% agree with you on that one. Next up, we have the Universe 2 trio. I guess they just decided to combo all of them. I mean, it's completely fine because honestly, they'd probably go into. Where would you place them
Same
actually?
spot.
See?
C, yeah, C.
Yeah.
I got no further discussion.
No
here.
further discussion. Yeah, that's fine. All right, next up, Final Form Frieza. Ooh,
S.
S. Yep, menacing. Even though short, he was extremely menacing at the time. I don't think that's even a question, right? Like, I think that even though he was short, that voice and the aura, just that immense aura, I guess, like, yeah, it's an S rank. I have to agree with you. There's not much to be added there. First from Frieza.
I'll let you tackle that one first.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, bro. The Broly movie kind of changed my mind on First from Frieza. Him without that armor, oh boy, that's kind of scary to look at. But I think I'll place. I don't know. I put him in B. He's there. He's not a. He does. He's iconic looks for sure, but I don't know. I don't know. Maybe A. Or B?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think A. Maybe I have to say I mean, you have to give him a bit more respect there. So yeah. Full power Frieza, buff boy.
A, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm more of a fan of the slimmer, like,
yeah.
cause like the thing too with the final form Frieza and like the full power version, when he was in final form, he was like in control, like like until basically Goku like launched a spirit bomb, right?
Yeah.
Not a single time was Frieza ever flustered or anything, and I really like that like calm, really menacing demeanor of like Frieza can like murder them all in an instant, but he's like toying with them.
Yes.
But with full power, it felt more so like it's kind of like a desperation, like he's trying to match up with Goku, and literally when he used it, he kept like what was it? It was like a ticking time bomb. Like he kept like getting slower and slower over time to the point where Goku's like, "I'm done. You're not worth it anymore. You're good."
Just too weak, man. I had my fun. Thank you very much. Goodbye. But yeah, no, I have to agree with you. That final form Frieza or full power final form Frieza is he's there. He's really strong, but yeah, I have to agree. He does have his flaws compared to the sleeker, more. I also feel the slimmer version or the less buff version, I should say, is a bit more threatening. I feel compared to the full power one as well. Golden Frieza next.
I would probably say A, honestly, or
Yeah.
B. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think we can keep it there. I don't know if we want to add more on top of it. It's a good design and everything, but I don't know. It just never it never completely hit, in my personal opinion.
Like I agree with you. Like it never completely hit. I mean, it did have that really cool transformation, like in Super. But didn't they say, I don't know if this is just a dub error, but correct me if I'm wrong, didn't like Frieza say like he chose Golden to like kind of like mock?
Yeah, he chose.
So I'm like, wait, so in my head I'm like, so when you reach a certain like power level, they're like a character creator pop up and you're like, okay, I'm gonna pick gold.
Yeah,
like, what, like,
red, blue, that's the like color I like gold.
Like how does one go about picking your golden, like your aura color? Like I thought that was just weird. I never understood how he came about golden. Yeah, but anyway, I agree with you. Like it's a cool design though.
Yeah, it's still a cool design, just never really hit. Next up we have is Frieza's technically first transformation in second form Frieza.
I would probably put it B, but I will give it the respect it got, which is like the threatening aura that it had. I will give it that.
And the horns. Just
and the horns are cool. The horns are cool. Yeah.
I mean, he also at least put those horns to a good effect in, spearing through Krillin.
Yeah.
I mean, it is true. He got skewered, basically. Let's be honest. All right, next up, Dildo Frieza, third form Frieza.
C. C.
You
Yeah.
see, yeah, it's not one of Frieza's finest moments, I must admit. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so this is Lord Slug's Super Namekian form, right? So where would you place this one, Geek?
Mm, I would put it. I'll put a C. I think. It's
Yeah.
not. It's not anything like it doesn't. It just makes him bigger.
Bigger,
right?
yeah.
Like,
That's
he
it.
doesn't really.
Doesn't add much to it, yeah.
Yeah, like you just got bigger. Like
Yeah.
that's all it is.
All right. Next up, we have is something that's not really a transformation or anything particular, but it is there. It kind of is a transformation. I mean, if you think about it, Dokkan and everybody else say it's a transformation, so we're gonna rock with it. Hirudegarn. Where?
I see. I think
Yeah.
he's like a big cockroach. I really like his like first look with the skeleton head more.
Yes,
I thought it was a little bit more scary.
I agree. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, the first look was definitely a bit more scarier. All right. Next up is technically what is the it's what kickstarted all this transformations malarkey. Let's be honest. So Zarbon, where would you place Zarbon? A pretty iconic if you think about it, but no, okay, never mind. I love how I said it was pretty iconic, D. Okay, then all right, I see you. I mean, it is still iconic, no matter how ugly he is.
Oh, yeah,
it is
yeah.
still iconic for being what is the first transformation out of way too many transformations in Dragon Ball. All right, next up is Janemba or Super Janemba, the transformation that is.
S. I love
S. Okay, I was gonna say at least A, but you said S. I have to agree with that. That was probably sick, especially like it covers all the factors, because ideally what we're looking in the transformation is kind of not only just what they've done during that transformation or period, but also like how menacing they were, how their looks are, and whatnot. And Janemba kind of ticks all the boxes pretty much, right?
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
I agree.
Next up, Buhan.
I kind of want, A. I would put him in A.
I think I'd only put him in A. Maybe I would have dropped him down to B just because it's just literally just him wearing Gohan's clothes. But it's also because I think it was also that moment of it being, again, the whole menacing, threatening factor, because Gohan missed an earring, which was very, very important for them to defeat Super Buu, and there was nobody else for Goku to rely on apart from like Hercule and Dende, so kind of affected there. He did get thrashed around quite a lot right after that, unfortunately, by Vegito, but he still did the job. He still imposed a bit initially when he made his first appearance. So, yeah, and I mean, he was technically, he was the strongest character there, or
at that point.
or the strongest. He was the strongest period Buu, or at that point, he was the strongest Buu has ever been and will ever be, because after that, he became weaker in Kid Buu as well, arguably, right? So, this is probably the strongest Super Buu or Buu has ever been, basically, and we have to kind of give him that respect. Buu Tanks next.
I put him in B because, alright, here's why. Because I know people are going to say, oh, but Buu Tanks and Buhan, they're pretty much the same. No. So, it's very, very small, but Buu Tanks and even Super Buu, they're like neck and chin, they're like still connected, and even Bukalo, I believe.
Yeah.
And like it looks to me it looks weird and looks like ugly or whatever.
Yeah, no, I
But
feel
with
you on
Buhan, his like neck and like face and chin are like more like chiseled because obviously probably Gohan. So I that's why.
No, I have to agree with you. I didn't even actually notice it until you mentioned it, but there is it's a very subtle difference. So you don't notice it when you first look at it because of how you look at the rest of Boo more so than his neck, to be honest. But I can see it now. I can definitely see it now. All right, Majin Buu, or Boo's fat form, basically. Where would you place that one?
B, I would say.
Yeah, B. I respect it. Okay. All right.
What would you have?
Thinking of C, to be honest, because as much as I think, like when he first came, obviously he didn't appear menacing enough and whatnot, and I guess it's also because of what's happened after Buu Saga, just because of how much more docile he's become, I guess is the best way to put it, right? It's just I think that's what's kind of affecting my thought process of Buu being like, or Fat Buu being a villain or iconic transformation / moment for his first appearance, right? At least that's what I think.
Yeah, I would agree. Yeah, actually, yeah, that's a good point. I'll put him in C
Alright.
then. Yeah,
Alright. Next
wasn't trying to
up.
be too harsh, but it makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, it might be me being a bit too harsh, but I think it's interchangeable basically. Evil Boo next, however.
Oh, D. As
Yeah.
trash design. I
Alright.
hated Eva Boo.
Alright, alright, I see you. Alright, Kid Boo.
High A. I would put him high A. Slash. Yeah, I'll put him high A.
Alright.
Actually, actually, if we're gonna go by what we said, which like the menacing thing, I would put him in S. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he shows up. I mean, he immediately destroys the planet.
Yeah.
Then he literally goes like, I mean, the filler. He goes like galaxy by galaxy, even the other world.
Yeah, that was
And so
too
it's like,
funny when he went to the other world, bro.
yeah. Like he even ran to the afterlife to like run some fade. So
Yeah.
I in terms of like raw and like just pure like fear, the fact that Kid Buu also like never took anything really seriously until like the spirit bomb, really.
Yeah.
And yeah, I would say, and the fact that he also fought the Fat Boo and like other people like at the same, yeah, I would put him in S. The
Yeah.
more I, like talk about him.
Alright, we will put him in S then. Next up is Bukulo, like you mentioned. Neck
D.
is an issue, but okay, D then. Never mind. Alright, Super Boo next.
Because my thing is with Buklo,
Okay.
he just appeared and then disappeared, and then
Yeah, that is
Super
true,
Boo,
that
I
is
would put him. Honestly, high A, I want to say, or even
Yeah,
I would put him high A.
we'll put him there. Alright, yeah, no, I have to agree with you. Super Boo still had that menacing factor, especially because it was just like, oh, Majin Boo's becoming good. Oh no, what is this new thing? And then of course he went to the he went to Kami's lookout. He did the I don't remember the move, the name of the exact move, but the
human extinction attack.
yeah, the human
Yeah.
extinction attack. That's what it was. But yeah, it was quite menacing and threatening and quite effective, I must say, very effective. Next up we have the GT boys coming in. Nova Shenron.
Uh, B.
Yeah, middle of the road.
Yeah.
I could see an argument for C as well, but I'll just put him in B. It's not really it's not really something that goes bad, but it's not something that's amazing either. It's just there kind of thing. Next up is Omega Shenron, who's also something that doesn't really change that much between Sin and Omega, but where would you place him?
Even though I'm not a big Shadow Dragon fan, like in terms of the entire arc, Omega always to me was quite threatening, and I do like his color palette and
Yeah.
design, like the dragon idea.
Yeah.
So I would put him in like high A, almost S. To be honest,
Yeah.
I really like his design,
To be
the
fair,
Dragon Balls and all that.
to be fair, this is the man who literally, also similar to second form Frieza, pierced through Vegeta's body and then electrocuted him. I mean,
Yeah, that was rough. That was brutal.
yeah,
when they showed that.
I don't know how that managed to go through, but I guess it was just because the show was coming to an end. They were like, you know what, screw this, screw this. We're going all out. Screw Vegeta as well while we're at it. Speaking of Vegeta, Baby Vegeta's second form, so Super Baby 2 basically. Where would you place
S.
it?
I love. Yeah, that's an S rank.
Yeah, I'm putting it in front. Even out, I love it. All right, Super Baby 1.
I'll put that one. I'll put that one A. I like it. I like the weird yellow shoulder pad. It's like weird because like it's like the more he mutates, like it's like he gets clothes. It's weird,
Yeah.
but it's funny.
1 second, man.
But yeah, I really dig it.
I'm just making this neat because I want to see them in a line, basically. 1 second.
Oh, okay. I see what you're doing.
Yeah. I mean, you can count BoJack and Universe 2 to be cell transformations if you want, realistically. That's fine. Next up is Rose.
Oh, S.
Yeah.
Bias. I don't care. S rank.
Nah, I have to
Dude,
agree. Yeah.
Oh man, like we talked about it in the transformation in the other tier list, but
Yeah.
like the aura, the color palette of Goku Black himself, like the black and the red, like complements like the color, the earring, the aura is like purple, black, and pink and
Yum.
and red. Oh, I love Rose's color scheme.
It's amazing. It's beautiful, as he would say. Next up, it's super. No, it's not super. Garlic Junior, the Dark Lord himself.
damn. Oh, we should put another. Can you put a quick
1 second.
another
Whoop,
list above? Yeah.
1 second. I need to put this up. Add a row above. We're gonna make this the Dark Lord.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
There
That's
we
what
go.
I'm talking about, yeah. There you go. Boom.
We had to
Great
give him the
minds think
respect.
alike.
That is true. Nothing else. Nobody else matters. The Dark Lord himself. Next up we have Super Broly first and foremost. Where would you rank him?
Oh, he's the last. I like the full power like Broly. I'll
Yeah.
probably put him in A. Honestly, he's
Alright.
not too different.
Yep, I agree with you on that one. It's nothing crazy, and it's the fact that it's already been done before. And speaking of which, let's talk about the original Broly now, because of course it's not here in this list. We're gonna just address it ourselves, and Geek post editing process he'll add it in. Movie 8 Broly. Where would you place movie 8 Broly's transformation?
I that's gonna sound
Deserves to
weird.
be- that deserves to be S compared to that one, because that was
Yeah.
menacing.
Oh, yeah.
Him
I was
ripping
gonna
apart
say.
his own body to transform, bro. That was real different, man. I could not believe it when I watched it the first time. I think that's an S in instantly. And of course, the whole menacing factor and the fact that Vegeta was scared for the entire movie as a result of it.
Yeah, I agree. I was gonna be like, I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this, even though they look very similar. But Broly, I also like his color scheme, like the outfit more too. from
Yes, thank you.
Broly.
Bro, I always
red.
find it so weird when people say like, oh yeah, Super Broly's color outfit is better. And I'm like, no, it isn't. The original was way better.
Yeah, they just say that because like the fur like coat got like one piece of exposition saying, "Oh, it's his friend." Aww.
Yeah, yeah, 100%.
That's what everyone thinks immediately when they think of that outfit,
Yeah.
which why they think having sentimental value makes it better.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. That is just weird. But yeah, no, I agree. I think it's an S easily. The original the original movie 8 Broly easily yes. And speaking of movie 8 Broly, let's talk about his other transformation after that in movie 11 in Bio Broly.
D.
Yeah, I don't think we need to talk much about that one. And yeah, one last one, because we did have Super 13 in here, but it's not in this list, is Super 17. Of course, this is not the same MVP 17 we're talking about in Dragon Ball Super. No, this is the GT Super 17. I personally say C or B. What about you?
I would put him in B just because like the edgy part of me was like, oh, he's pretty cool looking,
Yeah.
like the long hair, the
Mhm.
whatever. But I thought he was pretty cool looking. I agree.
Yep, I agree with you on that one. Well, and with that, I think we've wrapped up this video entirely. Let us know if we've missed anybody. I think, we before the video even started, Geek and I were just going through all the original Dragon Ball villains, the Dragon Ball Z, the movies, the Dragon Ball GT, and Super villains. We couldn't think of anybody else that we missed out on, particularly that was worth noting, I should specify. Or with characters that didn't really have transformations, such as Mecha Frieza, Metal Cooler. We tried thinking about DKP, but DKP went from being old to young, so we didn't include him either.
Yep.
But yeah, I don't think we missed out on anybody else. But if we did, let us know in the comment section down below. And where would you place your villains, and where would you adjust these transformations accordingly? Let us know in the comments. We'd appreciate it. Geek, thank you so much for coming and joining in on this video with me. Appreciate you, mate. And
No
of course, if you guys did enjoy the video, leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and we will be back next week with another tier list. Catch you guys next time. Bye-bye.
See ya.